Fantastic. Well, I'm so happy. This is great. If you could start with just your name, your company, the overall of like what happened, how much they said you owed, what ended up happening, how long it took, and your experience with leading tax group would be great.
Okay. Hi. My name is Karen Needle, and I'm here in Los Angeles. And I had an audience seat filling company for over 20 years called Elite Audiences. And I was like a subcontractor, a middleman, so I was under bigger companies that had the contracts with the shows. And they'd say, oh, we need 100 people or we need 50 people, and they would tell me how much they're going to pay them, and I got a commission of like $1.50 per person, or pretty close to that, and I would fill it. And then apparently 2 people, I think it was, claimed unemployment in 2018, which I didn't even know about, and it sent some signal to the EDD, and they started coming after me. You owe us this, you owe us that, you're not an independent contractor, they are not independent contractors. That's how I was trained. And I was always told, add up their money. If they earn $600 or more, you send them a 1099. I kept track of everything. I did it. I sent my taxes into the IRS. I did everything. And they're saying, no, you're wrong. They're not independent contractors. They're employees, and you are their employer. And I argued, and I'm like, but I'm not an employer. I could work with 1,000 people in a year. Sometimes I saw them for 2 hours. It was a rotation, like a rotating door. And they'd come in and they'd sit and they'd go, ha 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 ha, great show. And they'd get gift cards from the comedians, and they'd see their favorite actors, and they'd go home. It was entertainment for them, and they got paid a little money per hour they were there. And then I'd never see them again sometimes I would, but this bill had gotten up to, with me trying to fight them, and then I couldn't get anywhere. Very stressful, and I found Leading Tax Group, and we worked really hard together, and they worked really hard for me, and they called me every week to say, this is where we are this week, this is where we are next week, and they didn't give up. And then we had one appeal, and I did not win that appeal, and I was devastated. $112,000 and $112,661.20 has been hanging over my head. And I just came into the office just now, 10 minutes ago, and they found something else, they rewrote something, and I had a new lawyer on my team who I've just met, who is awesome, and my whole team has been great, everyone. And I'm released, which means I owe $0 after this starting almost 3 years ago. And I almost fainted when I heard those words. So I highly recommend Leading Tax Group. They're the ones who know, everything, but my case was EDD, and they took care of it for me. So I'm very grateful, very grateful.